All right. Coming back with another real talk video. As you can see the title up there, Dear JT, I hate my mama and she can pretty much go to hell. I hate my mother and she can go to hell because she have made my life per hell. And I'm tying this in with abortion. You know, it's a lot of people putting people in hell nowadays, and you got to be careful with that. But to my young sister in this video, you got pregnant at 14, and your mother was so mad at you, and your mother had you early, but your mother threatened you in so many ways, and you say she made you have the abortion, and she even told you if you went through and tried to have that baby, she was gonna kick you out of the house, knowing that you so young you can't really take care of yourself. So you let your mother brainwash you, and your mama made you have the abortion. And you know, little sister, in this video, I always say stuff like this. So many parents are kicking it back and forth at who's wrong and who's right that they forget that the child is in the middle. And you see these type of things on talk shows look like every day about abortions and who's right, who's wrong, you know, cheating and all of this stuff going on. And you said your mother had an affair with a married man. And she thinks she's a saint walking around her. And she had, like you say, she had you young. And I always tell people this ain't nobody perfect, sister. But to destroy the child is the wrong thing to do. And your father was never around, gone for I don't know how long. So here it is, you grew up without your father in the first place. And then, as you were saying in the email, your mother grows up. I mean, well, yeah, your mother is playing around. She's not married, and she wound up having another kid. But yet, she put judgment on you and messed your life up because you wanted to keep the child, but she made sure that you didn't keep the child. And to this day, you find it hard to move on, and I feel you. I always say abortion is never the right thing to do. You can give a kid up for adoption if that's the case. And you said your mother made sure that you wasn't gonna have that baby. Now here it is, she's got so much anger toward your daddy. Daddy been trying to get you for I don't know how long. Cause you said on the other note, your daddy have been trying to get you, but it's a battle between him and your mother. And how he's working and doing all he can and wanted you back then to even come stay with him, but mama wouldn't allow it. And you've been looking for that father figure in your life, and you turned toward the church, but the church folks didn't want to hear it because you can't talk about this in my church. This stuff don't go on. Do you know how many Christian folks have had abortions? Do you know how many people have had abortions, period? And I'm not doing this video to condemn you, sister, because the child is always a blessing. But in this situation, in this case, you didn't get to have that child. And you angry at your mama and you pray and you wish your mama go to hell behind what she do. And how she claimed to be this holy and thou saint, but in reality, she's a hoe. Hey, you said what you wanted to say. You feel how you want to feel. And some of these parents need to understand that what you have came through, you got all the right to be angry. You got the right to be angry, and you're not going to get over that overnight. It's so many people pointing fingers, sister, but they can't point fingers at themselves. And it's the type of thing that destroys a child. It's so many mothers right now who get angry at their daughter and kick them out when they got pregnant earlier. And their mother pretty much did the same thing. Me personally, I don't know how a mother could tell their child, their daughter, you not having this baby. Especially if you claim to be a Christian woman and you say you're not having this baby. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure you don't have this baby. And I'm going to make your life hell if you decide to have this baby. And do you know what that do to you growing up? Make you don't want to trust nobody. Now I'm gonna be real in this video and tell you like I tell anybody else. You gotta forgive your mama. Now you might have a better relationship without being around her. We understand these type of things. But you have to forgive. Let me tell you something, young sister, in this video. Forgiveness is also for you. You got to forgive so you can move on. And let me go all the way deep with forgiveness, that why most people can't move forward, because they can't forgive themselves. That's why I got to go back and look on that law. I'm trying to remember in certain places, but I seem like that in certain places that your mama can, don't quote me on this though, your mother can, by you being so young, make you have an abortion. But I'm not all the way right on that. Y'all help me with that, YouTube family, if y'all know, because I don't know it all. But from talking to so many young women and young men who deal with this issue, and, you know, from studying and seeing all this abortion that's going on, this is why I tie this stuff in with children being born out of wedlock also. You got people out here don't know who their father is. But then at the same time, you got women being raped. They're being raped. And yes, abortion is not the way to go. Because that child, that beautiful child, that seed, ain't no telling what it was going to grow up to be. And when you take the life of a child like that, you'll never know what they're going to be. Do the Lord approve of that? No. But the Lord also forgives us. And in your situation being so young, see, this is why people need to quit beating people over the head. Because as I think about you in this video, I think about somebody very close to me who have had, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 abortions. And it's hard for her to go on. And even at this point now, she can't have no more kids and not married. So if her husband wanted a kid, they'll probably have to adopt one. Because what you do to your body, your temple, it does have an effect on you. And this is pretty much going on all over the world, sister. You're not the only one dealing with this. That's why I say we got babies having babies. But the sin has already been committed. But there's no need to dwell on the problem. See, most people's problem is they focus on the problem. Everybody know what the problem is. You don't focus on the problem. You focus on the solution. And I know it's going to be hard to move forward because that's something going to be in the back of your mind pretty much the rest of your life. What my child would have grew up to be. I played that. I did that. I destroyed the life of my child. I can't forgive myself. This is why people, I'm going to say this again, a lot of people can't move on, especially in a situation like this. It's hard for you to move on because you can't forgive yourself. And when you're young, and this is why parents that ain't training their children up and beating them over the head because they did something wrong, kicking them out of the house, disowning them, and they wasn't even all that good, they're going to have to answer to God, sister. So I can't express to you enough how, you know, you got to forgive her. But you're going to walk around with that anger. You say now you haven't spoke to your mom and I don't know how long. You say if she do call, you don't even pick up the phone. But let me say this, sister, what if your mother's really trying to apologize? And I know you don't want to hear that either. But this is all taking the part of when you got to grow up. That's why I say we're all different. Things don't happen overnight. And I'm just having a real talk, and this is serious. Serious, serious. I want my mama to go to hell behind what she done. You don't really want your mama to go to hell. Well, maybe you do. I can't. Like I say, I don't know. But pray for your mother. And I know that's tough to even just won't even think about. This is the part of the Lord that you have to have in you. You're not going to do it without the Lord. I mean, these type of things. You say your mother pretty much destroyed your life, and your daddy went on with his other family. And here you are looking, turning this way and turning that way, and all they did was just kick you to the curb. And how mama cussed you out and did you so wrong. You know how many young women like yourself are dealing with this same thing? Sex is the happening thing. This is why I get so mad when these stupid, stuck-up religious folks don't want to deal with issues like this. These so-called churches that act like sex ain't going on. They act like abortion ain't going on. They act like masturbating ain't going on. They act like looking at porn ain't going on. They act like committing adultery ain't going on. They act like homosexuality ain't going on. They act like all of this stuff is not going on, and it's right inside of the church. That's why when you sent me that letter, I said, yes, I don't mind doing a video. If I could say anything to encourage you to forgive your mother, something to encourage you, lift you up so you can move forward. Though I'm not the Lord, I can't perform no miracles, but I can tell you about somebody who can. And you're going to only get through this through the Lord. You're not going to make it on your own, because the way you are thinking, your actions, you'll probably do something to your mother and your father, whoever he is, wherever he's at. I was looking at something similar to this on the TV not too long ago on that Jeremy Kyle show, I believe. And I was just flipping once again, and I just sat there and looked at this young woman who was in so much pain. She was hurt because her mother killed the baby, and then her father didn't have nothing to do with her. And now she's grown and going off to college and don't know what to do in life. And just looking for love from both parents, and parents can't even get along because they ain't even together, and they won't get along because all they do is fuss and fight and act stupid and ignorant. Typical normal day. This stuff happens every day. I wish my mama would go to hell. You know, sister, growing up, I learned a lot of different things. And you know what I learned in this life? The most people you think will be there for you, those be the ones tell you to kiss. Them be the ones that tell you to kiss they were in. You think I'm lying? Like your situation? Get in any kind of trouble. Make a mistake. See, first of all, babies is not a mistake. That is a blessing. No matter how that baby got her, that was still a blessing. And your mother should have knew better than that. I'm not going to beat your mom up in this video. God going to do enough of that. But she should have knew better than that. And when you destroy a child, that child pretty much 9 times out of 10 was going to be the one to take care of you when you get older. This is why you got so many older folks sitting up and they miserable because they don't have nobody there for them. And I was with this lady not too long ago. She said I should have never had an abortion. I done had 2 or 3 of them. My son and my daughter, they would be here for me right now. Now she's laying up in a nursing home praying for somebody to come see her. No family, lonely, miserable, tired of looking at herself. This stuff goes on every day. It makes me think about drinking. People always tell you drinking is a sin. It's not the drinking, it's the drunkenness. Just like sex was designed for a beautiful thing between husband and wife. Sex wasn't a sin. It was the abuse of sex that was the sin. Sleeping outside of marriages. Just doing all this crazy stuff. If you're not married, let's just say it like that. But to kick your daughter to the curb is sick. It is. It's painful. I pray for you because it's difficult to move on. The ones you thought would have had your back was the ones tell you, destroy the baby. Destroy it. So I can't forgive my mama. I hope she go to hell. You got all the right to feel like you feel, sister. Because I like what you said in your letter. You realize what you did was wrong. But you said, I prayed and asked for forgiveness, but it seemed like my mama didn't even want to be there for me. She the one that don't want to forgive me when she was out doing her dirt. She was messing with a married man. So who in the hell is your mother to judge you? Matter of fact, I hope you let your mama look at this video. I hope whoever you are, mother, you see this video. And I pray for you as well. Destroying that child like that. Sad. And with that being said, peace and stay blessed.